May not have known it, but today is World Wildlife Day. There's a new initiative being rolled out to protect and conserve wildlife.
And Paul Barabalt and then Nadine Lamberski from the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance are here to tell us more about it. Thank you for being here. I got to say, the San Diego Zoo is one of my favorite places. It's such a special zoo.
Well, great to see you. Great to have you be able to speak with you today.
Well, we just want to give you like a round of applause because I was just reading the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance has reintroduced more than 44 endangered species to their native habitats. Is that right?
That's right. That's right. This organization has been pursuing wildlife conservation for decades. And this is really our next step. Our evolution is changing our name from San Diego Zoo Global to San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance to really be even clearer with our commitment to wildlife conservation today.
You know, it seems like we're reading stories all the time about that it might not be that long before we wouldn't have elephants, or there was a story in the news today about platypuses, which I think you have two special ones there, but they have a refuge for them in Australia because they're worried that maybe our kids and grandkids won't have the animals that we all have come to grow up with.
This is a real serious challenge for the world. The world's biodiversity is in crisis. And this is today is World Wildlife Day, a day established by the United Nations to really celebrate and focus on the importance of biodiversity. And so here today, we are bringing a clear focus on how we want to do our conservation work in the future, that it is core for us to work with collaborations and partnerships. Each of us have unique skills when it comes to conservation work. And here at San Diego Zoo and San Diego Zoo Safari Park, we bring a unique set of skills out to the wild to work with those partners.
Nadine, how is helping to protect and conserve wildlife for years to come? How are you going to do this? How do you go about doing this?
That's an excellent question. We have an incredible team of wildlife care specialists, veterinarians, nutritionists, educators, and conservation scientists. They work together both at the zoo and the safari park, and they take those skill sets to the field. We do wildlife conservation in 8 regions or 8 hubs around the world, and the focus of that is safeguarding biodiversity, saving plants and animals as well as their genetic diversity. We do that by taking a One Health approach. We know that the health of wildlife, people, and the environment is all interconnected. So we work with local communities, and we also work with our partners. You mentioned the platypus. One of our partners is the Taronga Zoo. And we're really excited to have other great partners like Northern Rangelands Trust, the Nature Conservancy, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, Polar Bears International. And we can't do this work alone. We collaborate so that we all work towards safeguarding biodiversity so that there are those magnificent animals for the future, because they all contribute to healthy ecosystems.
Speaking of animals, do you have any friends there that you can introduce us to?
Oh, we certainly do. There's one right over there.
Hey everybody, I am Rick Schwartz, and this is my friend Fernando. He's a lesser anteater, also known as a tamandua. The one species that we have that represents Amazonia, or a South and Central American species, a hub, if you will, of ecosystem that we are studying and protecting and working to conserve. Now, our main focus there is going to be the jaguar and the health of the forest, but we'd be remiss then if we didn't think about other species that whole forest and everyone relies on, because it's all interconnected. And of course, then the big important component, the people, those that live in the region and those that can help support the region. But every time you come and fall in love with Fernando and visit our animal ambassadors, we want you to become an ally for wildlife as well. Whether you come visit us in the next few days or sometime in the future or even online, we're here to help you connect to wildlife.
Can that Fernando hear the drums like in the ABBA song?
Well, perhaps, maybe. Right now he's very concentrated on his snack here. We have some worms for him that he's enjoying.
He looks very hungry. He's very efficient. Look at him go.
Yes, that tongue is, I don't know if you can see it, it's going all the way down.
That's awesome.
So, Paul and Nadine, as we go back to, we're running out of time, but if I could ask you, is there something simple that all of us could do as a family, like one thing that we could change that would be helpful to preserve wildlife?
Yes, well, there are a lot of things, as you noted, that could be done. The most important thing we wanted to share with audiences today is we want to encourage everybody to join our alliance at sdzwa.org, where they can learn more about our conservation work and how by just visiting the zoo and the park or being a member or donor can make a huge difference for the future of wildlife.
Well, thank you so much for being with us, and tell Fernando we said hello. We got a little treat here for him in Connecticut if you ever make it this side of the country.
Absolutely, we'll share that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Fernando's cute. All right.